your personal power boost with Dr. Verna, a global force for transformation, unlocking human potential one leader at a time. Are you looking for a boost to help you reclaim your personal power? Then this is your weekly source, where we dive into conversations about navigating your professional and life journey. So, take a deep breath, open up your heart, and get ready to ignite your leadership and fuel your spirit. Let's go. Welcome back to Personal Power Boost with Dr. Verna. For those of you who are brand new, I'm Dr. Verna Cornelia Price, and it's great to have you. Please listen in. Hopefully this will be of help to you, and subscribe and share with your friends too. For those of you who are my regulars, good to have you back. I am so glad you came back. Now, if you've worked with me before, studied with me before, because I've been doing this work for years, and I've been doing this work in so many different places and spaces. And so if you've done work with me before, you know that one of the foundational things that I am going to teach you is about your personal power and how to bring your personal power to work with you. So this session is called Bring Your Power to Work. Do not leave your personal power at home. When you grab your keys, grab your personal power. When you grab your bag, grab your personal power. When you grab your coat, if you live in Minnesota like me, grab your personal power. Do not leave your house without your personal power. And we're going to talk about why that is so important to you in the workplace. So let's go ahead and start with this week. Let's just do the personal power affirmation or mantra. And remember, you're going to repeat after me. Now, at the end of this mantra, you're supposed to take an action step. Now, if you're sitting down like me or you're driving, do not take the action step. Wait until you're standing up and take that action step, because it is important to take an action step when we talk about personal power. All right, let's go ahead and start. My power is my ability to think a new positive thought, see a new positive vision, speak new positive words, write new positive goals, and do something new and positive with my life, with my family, with my community, and even with my world by taking a new positive action step. So take that action step. If you're standing up, take that action step. Now, there's some things that you need to know about personal power that I didn't know. When I first started doing this work, I did not know this about personal power. As it turns out, I had been watching personal power in other people and admiring it, but I just didn't know what I was looking at. And the one person who taught me probably the most about personal power was my grandmother. She was an amazing, incredible woman who took such good care of me and my cousins, and she knew how to leverage her personal power. So let me just give you a very brief definition. When I talk about power, I am not talking about your position. Whatever your position is, that's your position. You've either earned it or someone gave it to you, or you've worked your way into it. That's your position. Let me tell you, today you may have a position, tomorrow you may not. Personal power is very different because it is what you were born with. It is in you. It is what I call a non-negotiable. There is no way that anyone can ever take your personal power away from you. It is yours, and it is yours to keep and yours to leverage and to use. So it's very important that you know what I'm talking. When I say bring your power to work, I'm talking about your personal power. I'm talking about your ability to make a decision. Make a decision about your life. Make a decision about your work. Make a decision about your team. Make a decision about what you're going to do, where you want to be, what you want to accomplish. That is up to you. You get to make that decision. And guess what? In the process of making those decisions, you change your life. Because as you make those decisions, and you take that action step, you make the decision, you take that action step, things begin to change. Now, when you bring your personal power to work, here's what you're bringing to work. First, you're bringing a knowing that I am walking in my power every day. I walk this earth as a powerful person. Every day I get to make decisions. Every day I get to change. Every day I get to make my life better. Every day. I refuse to let other people make decisions for me. I will make decisions on my own. Now, of course, Am I saying that just go make whatever decisions you want, however you want? No. Your personal power says, I'm going to learn about life. I'm going to learn about my life. I'm going to learn about what's good for me. I'm going to learn about how to become an excellent person, how to become an excellent employee, how to become an excellent business owner, how to become an excellent manager. I am going to learn. So a part of personal power is really what? Becoming more knowledgeable. So when you bring your power to work, you are bringing your knowledge base to work. Let me tell you, you know some things. I know you do. And when you're sitting in that meeting and you're just sitting there and you're intimidated by someone, or you're just afraid to say anything, what you're doing is you are keeping your team, you're keeping your organization from becoming its most excellent self. Why? Because you're not bringing your amazing knowledge to the table. Let me tell you, your knowledge is critical to your business. Your business cannot go any further than what it is that the employees know. If you don't know anything, the business goes nowhere. So it's important to bring your knowledge to the table with confidence. And what did I say with confidence? With confidence, knowing that you have it. You were born with power. You bring your power to work every day. So first things first, this is critical, is that you understand that there's no one else in your job, no one else at your workplace who has more power than you. That is mind-blowing. Some of you will not believe me. You're going to say, Dr. Verna, I don't know what you're talking about, but that is not true. It is absolutely true. There is not one person on your job who has more power than you. Why? Because every person has the ability to make a decision and to take an action. Now, there may be people on your job who have higher positions than you, or maybe they have more responsibility than you, but they have no more power than you. So that's critical, because when you take that piece and understand it, that no one else has more power than me, what does it do for you? What does it do for you? Of course, you become more confident, don't you? You step into that room with more confidence. Your face, you have a smile. Your shoulders are back. You have voice now. You can own your own voice. Why? Because you know that no one in that room has more power than you. That's critical. That's critical. It also takes out the intimidation factor. You're no longer intimidated by anyone in the room. Let me tell you, when you understand your personal power, you will never be intimidated by another person ever again in your life. As a matter of fact, you're going to enjoy people more, because you're no longer wondering, well, do they think that they're better than me? Or, maybe they are better than me. No, you take out the comparison. Personal power takes comparison right out the room. I am not competing with anyone but myself. Why? Because I want to become my most excellent self. So one, understanding that nobody with me, no one has more power than me. Try it again. No one has more power than me. You have to know that. You have to know that. Because when we take away the positions, when we take away the stuff that people have, when we take away, quote unquote, who they know, what do they have? They are left with one thing only, their personal power. And they have no more than you do. The third thing, it's important to know this. This is called bringing your power to work. No one can take your power, but you can take it away. No one can take your power, but you can give it away. Let me tell you, in the workplace, when you show up in the workplace, your personal power, that means that you're going to bring your knowledge, you're going to bring your voice, and you're going to bring your good use of time. You are bringing time and knowledge and your voice. You're bringing your wisdom, all of that. You're bringing all of that to the workplace. I remember doing a session, and I asked the team, the group, I said, it was a workshop I was doing, and I said, raise your hand if you know that you're powerful. And I was amazed that only one person raised their hand. This is a group of like 50 people. One person. And then one person actually she was bold enough to say, in this environment, no one has power here. That is not true. That is absolutely not true. And as a matter of fact, if you're in a workplace where you feel as though no one has power, I can tell you that you all are not thriving. You're not thriving. The business is not thriving. The creativity is going out the door. Why? Because all of that takes personal power. All of you bringing your personal power to the workplace. You are bringing your knowledge. You are bringing your wisdom. You're bringing your time. You are bringing your voice. You are bringing your ability to make a decision and to take action. You are bringing your personal power to work. One last thing before I go. When you bring your power to work, you are actually multiplying the power effect in that workplace. And I call it the adder effect, right? So for those of you who know my work, you know that my best-selling book is called The Power of People, 4 Kinds of People Who Can Change Your Life. The number one person is the adder. When I begin to use my personal power to add to the workplace, and then my colleague does, and then my other colleague, we create an adder effect. Now, let me tell you, when we have an adder effect in the workplace, things happen. Amazing things happen. But it cannot happen if we're not all operating in our personal power. Now, I don't expect you to run into work tomorrow and say, hey, I've got personal power. Absolutely not. But I do expect you to go into work tomorrow understanding I am walking in here as a powerful person because I was born with it, that no one here in this office, in this workplace has more power than me, that I will refuse to give away my power, and that as I use my power, I am going to multiply the adder effect, and we're all going to get better. That's what's so beautiful about personal power, is that when you use your power in the workplace in a positive way, everyone gets better. Everything gets better. Why? Because you made a decision to create a positive change. Take your power to work with you every day. Every day. All right. And be sure to send me a note. Let me know how it's working, okay? Let me know how it worked. And you don't have to, we can keep it a secret. You don't have to tell anyone as you're watching my podcast. You don't have to tell anyone about the Personal Power Boost. Just use it and see how it works. And then send me a note and let me know. And then, of course, share with all your friends. All right? Okay. So let's go ahead and finish up with our affirmation. My power is my ability to think a new positive thought, see a new positive vision, speak new positive words, write new positive goals, and do something new and positive with my life, with my workplace, my family, my community, and with my world by taking a new positive action step. All right. Send me a note. I'll see you next time. Let's work it out and take your power to work with you. All right. Bye. If today's episode spoke to you and you know it's time for a shift in how you lead, how your team connects, or how your culture performs, I want to personally invite you to take the next step. Book a free consultation at drvernaprice.com/workwithme and explore your next keynote, your leadership workshop, or executive coaching. It's time to get your power back, and it is time to get to your next level.